Hi, folks. Dennis Guzik here again with Be the Ultimate Podcast. So, today I want to talk about something that has applications to your career. So, going back to my early days when I was a young Marine officer, the first job I had in the field in the fleet was as a forward observer. So, a forward observer is a person on the forward lines of troops with the infantry who spots targets and calls back to cannons located in the rear to fire on those targets. And nowadays we have a lot more accurate ways of doing things electronically, but back in the day, it was pretty interesting because you're the forward observer and you kind of sort of know where you are to a certain degree of accuracy. And you look out and you find a target out there and you kind of can tell where it is. You may have to use a compass, do a little map spotting, but you got an idea, not obviously precise, of where that target is. Then you have these cannons behind you, a couple miles behind you sometimes, and they know roughly where they're located. So if you think about this, there's a lot of unknowns in this thing here. And so what you do is you do the best you can. You go, okay, well, I think I'm right here down to maybe 100 yards or maybe 10 yards location. And I think my target's here and I know the guns are kind of there. And so you call that into the artillery unit and you do something called you adjust onto target. So the cannons may take these unknown positions. Oh, and by the way, there's also the environment to consider, how windy things are, what's going on around you, everything else. So they take this into consideration and they fire a round out there. And you observe it and you say, whoa, okay, well, that was way further than I thought it would be. So you tell them to drop 500 yards, say. In other words, come 500 yards closer. You fire it again. And hopefully you're on the other side of the target. I mean, hopefully you're right on it, but hopefully you're at least on the other side. And what you're doing here is something called bracketing. And once you now got this down, the cannon's got the data that's going to hit the target given the environment and the locations, and then you do what's called fire for effect. And then the entire battery or battalion will fire on that target. So why am I talking about this? Start to think about this in the context of a career. So here you are, you think you know where you are. You know, you're a student getting ready to graduate. Or maybe you've got 5 or 10 years on the job and you're a manager or you're not, or you're doing whatever, but you know, you got an idea where you are. Maybe you're not exactly sure. And then you look out there and you've got some goals. That's your target, right? That's your target out there. And you're pretty sure that you want to be something or do something. Maybe not 100% sure, but you're pretty sure about it. And then you got all these people supporting you, you think, right? And maybe you're not sure how much they're in support of you and what they want to do, but you're pretty sure they are, and you know where they are, you think. So the reason I bring this up is just like in the artillery sense, the fact that you don't know exactly where you are, exactly where your goals are, and exactly who's supporting you doesn't mean you do nothing. Doesn't mean you sit back and try to go, oh, well, I need to find exactly what sort I want to be here in the next 5 or 10 years, or I want to find exactly who's willing to be a reference for me first. Just like we do with the bracketing and we fire rounds out there, do the same thing with your career. Go for it, right? Say, okay, well, let me look into this goal, this target I have. Let me go and talk to people who are supporting me and see what they think about things. The bottom line is you're bracketing, you're getting closer and closer to being able to go, okay, I got it. I know who's on my side, I know where I am professionally, and I know where I want to go. Now you can put together a plan and attack it. You can call it fire for effect. That is a way that you can get off, and if you're not sure of things, just think about it in these terms. Just know that not knowing everything isn't a good excuse for just doing nothing. Do something, get out there, fire for effect. Thanks for listening, and look forward to hearing from you. Bye.